welcome back to another exciting video from My Digital Practice. I know you were just pumped and that you've been loving all the videos beyond as much as you can possibly love them, and that they are changing your life, I'm assuming, right? Maybe not, I don't know. Maybe they're helpful. I hope they are. I hope you're getting a lot out of them. I really enjoy making them, and hopefully they're driving more clients to your practice and the clients that you want to your practice, which I think is really important. Today we are talking about web traffic, and I think this is a topic that's easily overlooked, oftentimes overlooked by typical podcasts or other videos that are out there for helping you grow your practice. Web traffic is a data point that is very important for us, and a very easy data point to manage. It really does not take that much, and used properly, I think web traffic can really help you better understand where clients are coming from, literally, physically, how they're finding you, if they're going through ads or finding you naturally or organically or through social media or something like that. So it can definitely help you to track those things and help you to become a lot more efficient with your website. So this video is going to be all about web traffic. If you're not interested in web traffic, then this is not the video for you. But I assume you are, because it's the name of the video and that's why you clicked on it. So here we go. Let's start out with what web traffic is, right? So ideally, web traffic is basically just the number of people that are visiting your website every day, right? Every minute, every hour. People get on the internet and we surf, right, a little bit around, and we explore the web, and we go from website to website, and we typically navigate through either links or direct URL search. So if I find a link to somebody's website, I'm clicking on their link here. So we'll go away. Click on like a link, takes me to a page of somebody else's website, right? Like, so we just were on Private Practice Elevation recently. So if I click on this link, it'll take me to his website, right? So that's a secondary link. You can also search for stuff via Google, right? So if I'm searching on Google, so this is just my Google search browser, right? I type in Google, I'll search Google, then things come up in Google, right? So I can also click on websites that way, right? And then of course another way is those direct URL searches. So that's when you go directly to your browser and you type in the website, specifically .net, right? And then that's going to take you directly to the website. So this is what we call traffic. People are moving around the internet trying to find something specific, or maybe not. Maybe they're just kind of looking for something that's interesting. See what they'll come to via links and advertisement and stuff. So that is occurring. Clients are doing this. They're looking for a therapist. They're looking for somebody. So they are definitely surfing the web, right? They want to find a therapist out there for them. So maybe they went to Google and they Googled local therapist or affordable therapist near me or best therapist in Dallas or something like that. And then maybe your website might pop up, right? This is, SEO, which is a whole different thing. And then they're going to go to your website. And then maybe they only spend a few seconds on your website. We call that a bounce. And maybe that's because they were looking for something different, and they were looking for a different type of therapy or a different type of therapist, or just not actually even looking for therapy, looking for maybe a book, and they found you by mistake, right? So this helps us basically understand how many people are coming to our website and if we're getting the right people to the website. Because if we're getting the right people to the website, if our website is our digital location, it's our digital storefront, then those people are going to physically come to our location, to our practice, right? So getting the right people to the website means that you're going to get the right people in the door coming to you for therapy. So just make sure that you're getting the right people in, right? Because if we get the wrong people in, if we have a really high bounce rate, meaning that majority of the people coming to our website are clicking on something that they didn't want. They're not looking for therapy, or they're clicking on a phone call out, or they're just clicking your phone number and they're calling you. You're wasting time. They're wasting your time. You're wasting their time. Everyone's time is being wasted. We don't want 100 people calling you a day if they're looking for book recommendations because they think that you are they think that you have a book for sale, right? So we don't want that, unless of course you have a book for sale, and that's good. Traffic becomes more complex when we look at the end user, the type of individual doing the searching, and we talk about this a lot in the book. And some of these terms may be a little intense, but that's okay. Don't freak out. Don't worry about it. A lot of that stuff is reviewed in the book. Quick shameless self-promotion for the book. If you have not purchased My Digital Practice, you should do so now. The website, mydigitalpractice.net, for $19.95. We will ship it to you wherever you are. And of course, you can get that ebook, $11.99. You can download that immediately. All right. If some of this stuff seems a little heavy for you, we go into much more detail in the book, and the book really helps you kind of navigate all that stuff. So remember that end user is the type of person, the person that is doing the searching on the website. So this is a person that's looking for you. We want to make sure we're getting the right person to the right website. This is your web traffic. We don't just want to count the number of people that go to our home page like this page. We want to count how many people go into the courses page. We want to count how many people go into the contact and how many people go to the store. I'm very interested to know how many people land here and then either go away or click this button or click this button or this button, and it will tell me very clearly if a lot of people are coming to this website and they're really interested in the courses. Well, then I know the courses are doing well. If nobody's interested in the courses, then, well, maybe they're not doing that great, and I should stop wasting my time by doing them and focus my energy somewhere else. So it's not just about counting the people on the home page. We want to count people on every page, okay? Because the longer a single user stays on the page, the more likely they're going to interact with something on that page, right? So people don't just sit here and leave a browser open and just stare at it and do nothing, right? They sit in and they look at it, they go, okay, this looks like something that's for me. I can very clearly see this is the Therapist Guide to Digital Marketing. I'm a therapist, so this is something that's appropriate for me. And then I got this very easy book button right here, just buy the book, right? That's the primary function of the website, is to sell copies of the book. But then there's also other stuff on here, like the courses and free downloads and free first chapter and contact me page, all that stuff, right? So it's all there. And the longer somebody's on it, the more likely they're going to interact with it. Right, so that is important. We want to track how long they're on the website, and all that jazz. So basically, what we're talking about when we're talking about web traffic is the number of users visiting your site over a period of time, how long they stay on your site, and if they are a returning user or a new user, and how many pages they visit, right? That's the important information for us. So how do you do all that, right? That's kind of a crazy thought process. Like, wait a minute, how do I do all of this? And so it can feel overwhelming, right? It can feel like a lot. I got to track all this data. How do I track all this data? What do I do to track it all? That seems like so much. Is this something I have to do manually or something like that? And the answer is it's actually very simple. You're going to use a really easy free tool. You don't have to pay for it at all. It's totally free. Provided by our good friend, Uncle Google. So Google gives us this wonderful tool called Google Analytics. And I'm a big fan of Google Analytics. It's really easy to find, analytics.google.com, or you can literally just Google Analytics and it'll pop up for you. It's a very easy 1, 2, 3 process. Very simple. And again, it's 100% free. You can look at it. And there's also an app that you can download on your iPhone or your mobile device, your iPad, or whatever you have. So it's super easy. Get it, do it, monitor it, get it now. All you do to set it up is you sign up, right? Just by clicking this little button right here. It'll walk you through adding a tracking code. The tracking code is just a simple piece of CSS code or HTML code that you're going to put into your website, right? So if you're monitoring, if you're managing your own website, if you're DIYing it, right, then you can do that very easily through Squarespace or WordPress or whoever you're using. If you have somebody doing this for you, all you have to do is email them the code. They'll know what to do. If they don't know what to do, then you probably need to get a new web manager. Okay, but they should know. Should not be a problem. Big firm, little firm, whatever. They should be able to handle it for you. And they should not charge you a lot. If they tell you like, oh, this is an intense process, they are trying to rip you off. It is copy and paste. You copy and paste it into the header code. That's it. Super easy. Done. So once you have that, then you can see in just a few hours, you'll start to be able to see data come in on your site. These talks about there, so then you can monitor it. So monitoring it is really fun. This is kind of what it looks like, right? This is what your analytics page will look like. So you can kind of see last 7 days, take a look at the last 90 days. You know, these are people coming in, 9.7 thousand users came to the website. A little over half of those just bounced off, right? 14,000 sessions. So that kind of means that it's about like 1.7, right, users per session. So then we have session duration. Most people are spending about 2 minutes on the website, and they're getting done whatever they need to get done, right? So this is just your home page. This is just kind of what you'll see. You can customize this a little bit if you want to get super detailed about it. And you can definitely check by day. You know, we can just say today, right now, 90 people have been on the website so far today since 12 a.m. So that's pretty cool. 98 sessions. You know, and the difference between session and user is that as a session is just somebody logged into the website, somebody landed on the website. That begins a session. A user is a unique individual going to the website. So it's very uncommon for sessions to be higher than users. I think it's kind of impossible for users to be higher than sessions, because that would mean a user didn't have a session. But it's not super important. Basically what it means is that somewhere in here 90 unique people logged on, and then 8 of those people logged back on for some reason, which means that somebody visited my website this morning and then wanted to come back this afternoon. So it could have just been a client rescheduling, you know, just saying, hey, I had an appointment today, and then went back to the website to reschedule and, you know, found what they needed and did that, right? A bounce rate, again, this is what we were talking about when there is a individual that logs onto the website and then immediately leaves, you know, within seconds. This means that they did not want to be there, that they clicked on the wrong website. They maybe Googled Taylor consulting fabrics or something, or tailor-made golf clubs or something like that, and for whatever reason accidentally clicked onto my website, and then was like, oh nope, this isn't for us, we don't want to be here, and they left. Kind of like walking into the wrong bathroom. You know, you're like, oh wait, that's the girl's bathroom. It's the guy's bathroom. It's not for me, right? So then you immediately leave. You know, you walk into a store and you're like, nope, this is not the store for me. Thank you. And then session duration is how long they were sitting on the website. We don't have a lot for them to do on our website, and our calendar function is actually attached to a separate site. So when they enter it, they leave our website. So there's not a whole lot for them to do on the website. We have a blog, which is great, and there's a podcast that you can get as well. You can subscribe to all that stuff, which is great. But there's not like a chat function. There's a contact page, that kind of stuff. There's not a whole lot of stuff really for them to do. There's a lot of material. There's a lot of copy, a lot of things to read. There's some videos on there. All that stuff is wonderful. But it's unlikely that someone's really going to be on that website for more than a few minutes, because they need to reschedule a session, they need to book a session, and then they're going to do what they need to do and move on, right? So we see that our average session duration today has been 2 minutes and 15 seconds. You know, that number will change every minute, right? If I refresh it, I'm sure it might be a little different, right? There you go. It's already dropped a little bit, and the bounce rate went up, right? You know, sorry, that's the last 7 days, excuse me. Today, yeah, so no change. but it may change here in the next few minutes, right? So these are the first 4 things you're going to get when you log in, and these are the most important numbers. I track users every week. I think it's very important to know how many people are visiting our website every week. If that number begins to drop radically, then I know something's not working, right? That means that my social media is not pushing properly. That means that my AdWords have stopped for some reason. That means that maybe Google changed something in the algorithm and all of a sudden I'm not popping up anymore. So all that stuff, you're going to be able to find out very quickly just from the number of users that are visiting your website regularly. And depending on your goals and how you want to grow throughout your career, you might want to see this be really consistent. Maybe you're just really happy with 10 people visiting your website a day. And you just kind of want to maintain that, so you can monitor this once a month just to make sure that you're hitting that number. Small number, small goal, but consistent, right? If you want to get bigger and you want to grow, obviously you need more people visiting your website, right, to book with you, and you should have things for them to interact with there. So checking this number is going to tell you, wait, did we go down or did we go up this week? Did we increase or decrease this week, right? And then of course you get this really cool thing over here, which is just active users right now. So there are 2 people actively on the website looking at stuff. Well, one's looking at the Galleria page, one's looking at the home page. So it could be somebody, it might be a staffer, it might be a new client, that's looking at it saying, hey, I want to check this out and see what's going on in the Galleria office. So now they're on consultation, so they're looking at my page. So that's kind of cool. So this is happening in real time, right? So that's pretty neat. And then we want to talk about your acquisition of users, right? It would be funny if Google just kind of stopped right here and said, okay, this is the information you need to know. But no, you have so much more. Then there's more, and there's more, and there's more, and there's more, and there's more. There's just so much data on here. So the next thing you want to know is, where are your users coming from? How do you acquire users? And remember, we talked earlier about organic search, a direct URL, that's typing it in, right? We talked about a paid search, so that would be like Google AdWords, a referral, that's a link from another website, and then other can come down to a lot of different things. It could be Facebook, Instagram, something else, right? And we can click on this and we can get a much more detailed breakdown of where people are coming from. So majority of our people are finding us just organically. They're going to Google, they're typing in Taylor Counseling Group, they're just finding, best counselor in Dallas, or whatever they're searching, and that's just kind of popping up, and we're showing up there. So that's great. Then we have that direct, which means that people are typing in TaylorCounselingGroup.com. Those are probably current clients that are just wanting to reschedule their appointment, or just have a question for us or something like that, right? And then there's a paid search. Again, those are your Google AdWords, right? So that's somebody coming from Google that we paid for. And then there's this display ad, which is a new thing Google's doing, which is where it kind of pops, where your ad comes up on the side of someone's page or something like that. So that's been terribly unsuccessful. Obviously, this is the low number here, and compared to everybody else. Social media is not doing super great. We're not bringing in a lot of people from social media, but that's not what we use it for. We use it for branding, and then we've had referrals. So that's from like other websites that people are clicking on. So we partner with a lot of different therapists in the DFW area, and so we have our links on their website, and they have their links on ours. So you kind of see where all that's coming from, and you can even look at that through a lot of different numbers, a lot of different ways, and this just kind of gives you a good idea of where those clients are coming from. So you know that if you just put in $1,000 into Google AdWords, into a paid search, and it's not producing very well, then those paid searches are not working, right? You need to retool them, rewrite them, retarget them, change the budget on them, whatever, but it definitely gives you a good way of seeing that. And if you're monitoring this every day, every week, every month, every quarter, then you're able to see those trends in real time, and you can make smart, informed data-based choices about your marketing dollars, and you're going to save a ton of money. You're going to bring down your client acquisition cost, and if you don't know what that is, you should definitely watch the video, the CAC video, by monitoring this data. This is very important. So keep monitoring that. And then you also see where people are visiting you from. If I got somebody visiting me from Australia, that's probably not an actual client, because we don't work in Australia. So it's probably a sales call or someone doing info on my website. Same thing with India here. Probably somebody just searching stuff to collate data. Probably the same with Iran too. We have 2 people from France. I don't know what that's about, or from Germany. And then we got a couple from Brazil. I do actually know some people in Brazil, so maybe they got my newsletter and just wanted to see how we were doing, right? But it's probably not a client. Now, I mean, it very well could be somebody that's about to move to the U.S. or has a relative here and that, but in general, they're probably not actual clients. There's no real way to stop somebody from Brazil from logging onto your website, so just be aware of it, And then we have Mexico. Now, Mexico is a possibility, right? Somebody could be living in Mexico and doing research or counseling here and come to Texas. I mean, we're not that far away, so that's possible. Canada is unlikely, and then the United States, obviously 1.2 thousand, a very large difference between the other people, so that's where most of them are. But we can get more detailed with that, and we can actually even get into the states, right? It'll even break it down for us by state, and then we can log into Texas, and now it'll even get more detailed with me and show me where these people actually are, right? So how cool is that? So that'll actually show you where they are. And of course, we want most people from Dallas, Fort Worth checking us out. But hey, if someone from Houston wants to do some distance counseling, we can do that. We can see somebody from Kerrville, right? Or maybe they live in Dallas most of the time and they're just at home for the holidays or something, and they need to check something out. So this is important because it tells you where your clients physically are, and that helps you with your marketing, especially if you're doing a paid ad or Psychology Today where you can target your zip codes. So this kind of really helps you see where they actually live, and what's going on there. So that can be extremely helpful, and you have a lot of different wonderful displays on how you can view that information. And then we can also look at their demographics, over here on the left. And so we can look at to see how many of them are male or female, and their age ranges. So that's really important. We know that we have a female dominant population, most people, and that reflects true with the clientele as well. And then we can see 25 to 34 really is that prime demographic, right? And we're all very aware. I mean, women 25 to 34 are far more likely to seek out therapy than men, or women under the age of 25, and women over the age of 50, less likely to seek out therapy. So if we're targeting something specifically, like on social media, we know to target this population because it's our most popular, right? So that's wonderful information as well. And you can also see that represented in age and gender and all kinds of different fun ways and how all that comes out, right? Audience is a great function as well. It's not something I want to get into today, but you have, a lot of wonderful things like which language they use to access your website. Was it mobile, website usage, all that stuff. So it's all there. And that's really great information to kind of take a look at. We still got those 2 people on the website. It's pretty cool. Now they're back on the homepage. So you get all that. Then you can also see down here what pages they're visiting. So this lets you know that our blog is actually rather popular. People really like to visit. I don't know why there's 2. That's bizarre. We'll have to take a look at that. But the blog is popular, so if people are not visiting the homepage, they're definitely going to the blog. So we know that our blog is successful. that people are reading and that people do like it. So if you have that concern of like, is anybody even reading my blog? Well, this information clearly tells you, yes, they are. Or at least they're visiting the page. And then you can also kind of see here that they homepage, the Dallas page, services page. I don't know, that's some anomaly. I don't know what's up with that. Then Galleria, then Capel, then South Lake. There's About Us, Contact Us. This kind of tells you an idea of how many people are visiting these specific pages. So, if one page is not doing well, then you know where to focus, right? You know where to focus your time. And then again, how are your active users trending over time? So this just kind of gives you an idea of what's going on with the active users. You can look at things by mobile, desktop, tablet. You can see all that here. User retention, just kind of give you an idea of how well those users come back to the website. This might not be a data point that you are interested in. You might not really use your website that much for client maintenance, which is okay. We definitely do. It's a huge help for us. So using this to have clients come back to it is very important for us, because the more they come back, we know that they're updating their schedule. We know that they're working through, whatever we have for them up there. So they're paying their bills or whatever. All right, so that's all very important. And then this kind of tells us what our Google AdWords are doing, what they're pushing for us, right? So we know that South Lake Capel is taking the bulk of that, and we've spent this much on it recently, and Dallas and Affordable Care. Those are our current ads that are pushing people on there, and then we can kind of link to that as well. So I hope that's been helpful for you. This is, I think, a must-have data tracker. You need to use this regularly. The data points on here are so precise and so perfect and necessary that I think if you're not doing this, you're really just not giving yourself information that you need. So it is definitely something that you should take a look at. I really want to encourage you to get that done today. Put that on your action item list. It only takes a few seconds, a few minutes at the most, but definitely make time for that. If you don't have time today, get to it this weekend, get to it next week. Just get to it as quickly and as efficiently as you can. Because once you have that set up, you will be set up for success. Just monitoring that data. So again, now that I have all this data, what do I do with it? Well, first, you are going to learn to understand your clients, right? And that's that demographic stuff that we talked about. Second, you're going to start setting goals for growth. And then third, you're going to start targeting your populations, right, to change things. So the most important aspect of data is knowledge. This data gives us knowledge, and then what do we choose to do with that knowledge is what's most important. Data will not make us rich overnight. It will not make us the best therapist overnight, but it will definitely help us better understand what we're looking at and how to interact with it, right? And so in this case, we're talking about knowing your clients, understanding your clients, right? So if you know where they live, if you know where they come from, if you know how old they are, you know their gender, we know what they like on the website. This gives us a great advantage because now we're able to track that and to say, hey, I am doing really, really well with millennials. Maybe I should focus on that population. Or I'm doing really well with, mid-50s second marriage counseling. I seem to be getting a lot of people in their mid-50s coming in, and I know that it's related to marriage counseling because I have this page specifically about it on my website, and a lot of people are reading about that. So I'm doing really well with that. That seems to be a big success for us, so maybe I should focus my time and energy on that, and you'll start to see those changes grow. So just knowing who's coming in is going to help you get the right client in the door, and it's going to kind of tell you, when you need the most help as well. Another great data point here that you're going to get from understanding your clients, from looking at this data, is when they're coming to the website. And that's very important, is what time of day. If you have specific busy times, that's a great time to have an admin working to answer the phone, to respond to emails. Because if you know without a shadow of a doubt that 4 p.m. on Tuesday is your biggest time, and you have clients or you have other obligations, then you know you're going to be getting emails and phone calls at 4 p.m. on Tuesday. You need to have someone available to answer that. You need to have somebody there to take care of that for you. And so that's a great tool to tell you that, hey, it is time to take this seriously and hire an admin. I do know that I need an admin, right? So data helps us to set realistic goals and measurable goals, right? And goals are very important. And I know sometimes we get annoyed by goals, but they are extremely important. So these goals that we can now set, these goals are going to help us in so many ways. They're going to help us to really understand and know where our clients are coming from and what type of clients we're doing well. So we can see this data point and we can say, hey, I know I need to double this number by X number of date. If I know that I want to grow, I want to add on more therapists, or I know I want more clients on my books, and I know that from every 100 people that go to my website, 2 of them sign with me, then I know that, and if I know that I need 4 new clients in a couple months, then I need to double that number, right? So setting those goals, whatever it is for you, just tracking your data, targeting those ads right, just being able to monitor that information, right? So set those goals. So that's very important. So I definitely want to challenge you as well. After you set this up and you explore your data, the next step for you is to start making goals, setting goals for yourself, and then monitoring those goals, right? And finally, targeting is a major component of data as well. As we learn who our clientele is and who we're best at, we can learn how to target that population through Google AdWords, through social media, through, if you really want to work with the LGBTQ population, or Korean speaking, or Russian speaking, or Hispanic speaking, or a certain income bracket. We know where those people live, and if you're naturally good at that, then we can start targeting where those people live and help you get more of those clients, which is very important. So again, that targeting is so important. So once you have the data, a real quick review, go to Google, analytics.google.com, download the apps, set up the code on your website, get connected to Google Analytics. Once you have that done, explore, get some of the data, start learning from it. Then you want to learn to understand your clients. You want to learn to set goals based on your data, and you want to start targeting the populations to maximize your marketing strategies. So that's kind of it. I know that was a big overview. That's a big subject. It's a lot of information. If you feel like your hair's kind of on fire, that's okay. It is a lot to throw at you at once. Take some time. Take a breath. Watch the video again if you feel like that'll help. Get the book. Again, My Digital Practice, 1995. We'll ship it to you. You can just buy it by clicking on this button right here, or get that ebook. $11.99, and you download it immediately, right? So either one is good with me. Just take that out. Of course, if you want to reach out to me, you're happy to do so through the contact page on the website. All you have to do is click on that contact page, and that'll get to me. And then we can kind of definitely talk about, whatever questions you might have. Enjoy the other videos. Enjoy the book. Take some time, get this done. It's so important, and you'll definitely start seeing immediate growth as soon as you do it. So I hope that's been insightful and helpful. Yeah, I'm still trying to work on a sign off. I don't know what to say. Maybe like best of luck building the practice of your dreams. You know what would probably be a good one? It's probably just okay. Now go out there. Go. I don't know. Something like, okay, you got it. Go build it. I don't know. Something. We'll figure it out, guys. All right. See you next time. I might not have any videos for a while. We just did 7, I think, so I might take some time off from the videos. But if you've enjoyed them, please let me know. Like them, share them, tell other people about them, tell everybody about them. Buy the book. Get other people to buy the book. All right, that's it. Have a good one.